Howdy everyone, welcome to Wobblin Jaw Sports. If you're new around here, hope I can get you to consider to like the content and subscribe to the channel. But if you're a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. Alternatively, if you are coming in via the Mad Dragon vodcast, thank you very much for supporting the boys and just for supporting Wobblin Jaw Sports. Round number 2 for 2026 is upon us here for Thursday Night Football, and here for the first time with me on Wobblin Jaw Sports this year is Jag from the MDV. Mate, it's always a pleasure. How are you this evening?
Yeah, pretty good. Should be a good game of football. Both teams were disappointing in round 1, and both teams will be looking to make amends in round 2. And both looking to open their accounts for the season, and hopefully both teams can put on a better show than what they did last week.
100%. They were both, in my opinion, they were the most disappointing teams of round 1 from last weekend. But the story of this game, there's a couple of stories here. Both these teams were after Jonah Pezzett, and Jonah Pezzett is going to have a really good look at his new turf from next season. And also, both these teams were in the fight for Mitch Barnett, Jag. And it looks like the Mitch Barnett has signed on for the Brisbane Broncos late this afternoon for 2 years, mate.
Yeah, obviously he comes in for Payne Haas, who's off to Souths next year. Coming back from a serious knee reconstruction, was in the New South Wales Origin side before he went down with that injury last year. So one of the best middle forwards in the game, and yeah, it looks like he will be ending up at the Broncos. The Dragons did have some interest in him, but they didn't actually put in an offer. And he was weighing up actually both clubs that are playing this evening. Parramatta put in a hefty offer for him too, but it looks like he'll be linking up with his former New South Wales coach in Michael Maguire at the Broncos.
It's a weird dynamic here with Michael Maguire because I friggin' love him, and but to be a Broncos, to be a New South Wales coach, but help out the Broncos as much as what he has over the past 12 months or 18 months now, it's disgraceful stuff. Absolutely disgraceful. Now let's go into the team list here, and we've got
merry-go-round in the front row. I was going to say Sam as well. Payne Haas has gone to Souths. Keon Koloamatangi's coming to the Dragons, and Barnett's going to Brisbane.
It's a good get for you, Koloamatangi, for you blokes, just quietly. Now, tonight I'm going to be calling Brisbane Broncos. Jag is going to be calling Parramatta, so there is already a bit of an origin flavour here tonight. And the Broncos lineup is as follows. Walsh, Karapani, Mariner are the back three. Staggs and Shibasaki are the centres. Mam and Reynolds are in the halves. Jensen, Pakes and Haas in the front row. Gajeski, Ricky, Carrigan in the back row. Hunt, Willison, Tolti, Tawa, Grant Anderson and Jaden Hunt. They are the interchange. Jag, take us through the Parramatta Eels.
So the Eels side at fullback, it's Isaiah Ongi and Bailey Simonson, and the Fox returns from a broken thumb, so big in for the Eels there. In the centres, so they've lost Will Penasini, so youngster Jordan Samrani comes into the centres to partner Perth-bound Sean Russell. In the halves, it's that man Jonah Pezzett, as you said, will play his future club tonight alongside the superstar halfback and captain Mitchell Moses. Jack Williams moves to the front row with Jermaine Hopwood suspended. He'll partner Junior Parlow in the front row with Riley Smith at dummy half. That sees Kelma Tuolangi play his first game of the season, partner Kitioni Katonga, and the former Dragon, the veteran Jack DeBell, locks the scrum. On the bench, so they've got to pick from Dylan Walker, Sam Tuivasa, who missed out last week, Matt Dury and Talon De Silva, with Charlie Garma and Joash Papali, of course coached by Jason Riles.
And the odds for this game are the Broncos $1.23. The Parramatta Eels, they are $4.10. The Eels have blown out a little bit more, probably due to the Will Penasini exclusion. Jack, man, who are you tipping in this game?
As we mentioned earlier, both teams were disappointing last week, but Brisbane, they are still the defending premiers. I would be favouring them and a big crowd at Suncorp tonight. Against Penrith last week, Penrith weren't great, but they did the little things right. And I think Brisbane are too good a side. They've got to get their season back on track tonight. They're disappointing in the World Club Challenge as well. But a big crowd, probably nearly a sellout at Suncorp tonight. I think they'll be looking to get the job done. And I think whoever loses this will be under some immense pressure.
Yeah, massive pressure. I am tipping the Broncos as well. I did say 13 plus, but I don't think it's going to be an extravagant 13 plus tonight, mate. The bounce back factor for Parramatta is going to be massive. I know that they're missing players, but I think that the embarrassment of last weekend, I think they'll be riled up for it. So, and last year, the Parramatta Eels won one of the more entertaining games of the season by defeating the Broncos in Brisbane, mate. So who we got here? We got Broncos kicking off, or we got Para kicking off, mate?
I'm not too sure yet.
Sure?
Looks like White Raymond is the referee.
I like Wyatt Raymond as a referee, mate. It looks like Broncos are
Parramatta will kick off. Yep.
And it commenced. Alrighty, thank you everybody for tuning in. Please subscribe to Wobblin Jaw Sports and Mad Dragon Vodcast wherever you can find us. And this is Corey Jensen, who has the duty to take up the hit up, and he's met about 11 metres out from his own try line. The Brisbane Broncos are running left to right of screen, and that is Kelma Tuolangi putting a nice shot on Jack Gajewski, and then takes a dummy half passes right back in field here for Pat Carrigan. He's up over the 20-metre line by a couple of metres. Pakes waits a dummy half, decides to go back to the left, and Walsh just carries it up like a front rower over the 30-metre line. That's a very positive mindset, very positive play, and here's Payne Haas backing up, complimenting Reece Walsh's carry, and Pakes a dummy half, passes right, finds Renault, and Renault, he puts it up sky high, Jack.
Yep, and he goes straight down the throat of the Fox, and the Fox makes his first run back for the new season, and he's met there front on by Ricky and Carrigan, and he'll play it back to Pezzett. Pezzett finds his captain there, Mitchell Moses. I think it's Mitchell Moses. In fact, it was Sean Russell. And it's with Simonson there, taking it up for Parramatta, met there by three Broncos defenders. Riley Smith in that bright blue headgear finds the youngster Jordan Samarani in jersey number 20 tonight. He comes in for Penasini. That's Smith away to Parlo, and Parlo gets over the 40. Met there by three Broncos defenders. Last tackle for the Eels. Riley Smith finds Mitchell Moses. He kicks it just over the 40, and it goes straight down the throat of Reece Walsh.
Walsh sizing things up and running to the left-hand side, and Tuolangi has let the wing out a bit too high and has clipped Reece Walsh. Oh, Kelma Tuolangi, that is a very lazy attempt to tackle just quietly, Jack.
Yeah, 100%. That's just a lazy tackle. He didn't even attempt to control him, and yeah, that's a poor penalty. And Brisbane's not a team you want to be giving a piggyback upfield.
1,000%. So again, we just want to say hello to Mum, who's in the chat. We've got Triple G Man, who's in the chat. Jason Reader. We've got Emu King as well. Then Emu King says Maguire is an animal. He targets his prey, dominates it, then gets the cookies, and then moves on. That's very much Michael Maguire, 1,000%. Now, the Broncos, they have possession inside Parramatta territory here, and this is second tackle, two and a bit minutes in, and Reynolds, first receiver, passes right to Walsh, right onto Staggs, and that's good defence on Katoni Staggs there by Sean Russell. So they're about 15 metres inside Parramatta territory. Renault puts Payne Haas back under, and Haas is able to get just a touch over the 30-metre line of the Eels. This is the fourth tackle. Pakes goes right. Reece Walsh comes back to the left-hand side, does offload back to Pakes. Pakes just goes straight and hard, but that's good defence there from DeBellin and Smith. And this is the last, about 21 metres out. Renault to the left-hand side, puts in a right-footed kick that finds the grass, and it's a well-weighted kick. There's nothing really that Simonson could do about that, Jag.
No, it was a nice kick there from Adam Reynolds, and he's one of the best kickers in the game. And yeah, he spotted that gap there, and Iongi didn't want any meal of it. And then, Simonson had no choice but to run it dead, and another set of six coming away at the Broncos.
Still waiting for that goal line dropout again. Everybody that's in the chat right now, thank you very much for coming in. Subscribe, follow to Wobblin Jaw Sports and or Mad Dragon Podcast. And Moses goes long, thank goodness. And it's taken on the fly by Jensen, 15 metres out. And he's able to crash back towards that 30-metre line. Again, Broncos running left to right, and they go down the short side with Walsh to the left. And Walsh is tackled about 21 metres out. That's about his third or fourth touch already, and we're only 4 minutes into the game. This is second tackle, Pat Carrigan dummying, then passing to Reynolds, then back under for Jordan Ricky, and it's a 6 again here for the Brisbane Broncos. Parramatta's discipline last weekend was atrocious, and it's not started well here as Walsh has got it from Renault. Walsh dummies, steps and breaks free and scores. 4.5 minutes in. Absolutely. And Reece Walsh, man, that's his fifth or sixth touch inside the first 4 or 5 minutes, mate. Oh, dear. Parramatta, discipline, null and void already.
Alarm bells. That was way too easy for Reece Walsh. Where was the Parramatta defence? Absolutely nowhere there. So who's he missed? Who's missed the tackle? It's gone straight past Mitchell Moses. Didn't even attempt to touch him. And where was no Isaiah Iongi either? That's poor defense from Parramatta. If they keep that up, it could be another 50 points.
Yes, agreed, man. And look, Kelma Tuolangi was slipping and sliding on the ground there, and he was the man responsible for giving away that really lazy penalty with the hit on Reece Walsh. And yeah, no, that's terrible defense there from the Parramatta Eels, man. And again, as you say, there might be 50 on the cards here if they don't fix up their discipline.
Yeah, 100%. We saw Harry Grant and Sua Falongo and pretty much the whole Melbourne team tear them apart last week. And yeah, they're electrifying. And when Brisbane's attacks onto, they're very difficult to stop.
Yep. Yeah, like it's unfortunate for Kelma Tuolangi. He was trying to come in and help Mitchell Moses out there, but Walsh with his speed and power just broke through, and Tuolangi just slipped over. And you know, the man responsible for the penalty is the man somewhat responsible for the try there. So it is now 6 points to 0. Brisbane Broncos technically are beating the clock at the moment. And Jag and I, we are absolutely frothing to see our teams play, mate. It feels like it's been a month since we've last seen our teams play, isn't it? Hasn't it?
It has. I'll be at the game at Wollongong on Saturday night. Looking forward to it.
Yes,
I was impressed with how we went against the Dogs in Vegas. Unlucky not to get the result. But yeah, looking forward to taking on a team that we've had a success against recently. Not many teams can say they've beaten the Melbourne Storm back-to-back. So we're going for 3 in a row. Absolutely. Last year was a wet weather football game off the top of the dome, or hopefully it's a dry, sunny surface down at the Gong this weekend. But we're back here with the action, and this is second tackle, and the Broncos are just shy of getting over the 20-metre line, and this is Jordan Ricky to break down the door here. Again, the story here, Jonah Pezzett nearly could have been a Bronco this season, but decided to there were other mitigating circumstances, but Pezzett's a Parramatta Eel tonight. He'll be a Bronco next season. And Reece Walsh on the fourth kicks from deep inside his own 40 and is able to beat Iongi, and the kick is a beauty, Jag. Yep, Iongi eventually gets it and runs it back, and Carrigan tries to get in the big hit, but Ezra Mam and Payne Haas wrap him up. He'll play it back to Addo-Carr, and Addo-Carr will run from dummy half. He has nowhere to go, met there by Mam and Payne Haas. Pezzett's now the dummy half. Finds Simonson. Parramatta not making any ground here. He's offloaded out to Iongi, and Iongi makes a strong run there. Not going nowhere, though, as Smith finds Simonson again. His second run in this set. Where are the forwards? No forwards running on the ball here for Parramatta. Smith again, dummy half, finds Katonga. That's a good run from the Fijian international. Taken by Pakes. Last tackle, Riley Smith finds Moses, and he goes, spirals into the air, and Walsh takes it on the full with a great tackle there from Sean Russell with the help of Addo-Carr. Nice timing there from Sean Russell. Could have been given for mid-air tackle, but good timing. And this is Mariner running into the defence of Jack Williams primarily. So Eels, they need to bridge up here and make sure they don't make it beyond the 40-metre line here, as Stags will get up and eventually play the ball on the 20 and goes out to the left-hand side. And this here is Karapani, and he's a very impressive young man. I like the work of Karapani. This here is Payne Haas, a flat ball there from Pakes, but Payne Haas is able to get up over the 40 by a couple of metres there. And this is the last now is it's gone out to the right. Reynolds puts it up. It's a spiralling, nasty kick, but it's taken well. Yep, Iongi does well. He takes it on the full, but he's met there by Jensen and Carrigan. And Iongi will play it back to Moses. Moses finds Samrani, and some good defence there met by Jensen and Gajewski. It's Smith finds... Is that a new player on the field there for Parramatta? Didn't quite see who that was.
Oh, really?
Oh, that was Addo-Carr. Here's DeBellin.
Oh, my Jack.
Reynolds takes him up.
Leave my Jack alone.
Third tackle for Parramatta. That's Smith. Here's Williams, Moses, Tuolangi. Nowhere to go there for Tuolangi. Three players wrap him up. Fourth tackle. And it's Smith to Moses. Moses now finds Samrani on the 30. That's a better set from the Eels. What can they do on the last? Riley Smith finds Moses. He'll kick it on the last. It's been tipped, but by Smith, and Walsh comes back with it. Not the best end to the set there from Parramatta, Sam.
Bloody hell. Haven't really seen Jonah Pezzett yet, mate. He's probably in awe of his freaking home from next season onwards so far, mate. Just want to say hello to Mad Dragon, Queenslander, and Big T, Tony, mate. I expect Broncos to tear them a new one. Thank you very much for coming in and saying good day, mate. Always good. Pat Carrigan now has the hit up and he's able to get up to the 40-metre line. And this is the fourth tackle. They're 10 short of halfway. And Pakesy goes right, finds Payne Haas. Payne Haas puts the step on Junior Polo, offloads back to Reynolds. Reynolds is up over the 40 of the Eels, and on the last tackle, it's 6 again. And it's now going out to the right-hand side for Ezra Mam, right on to Ricky. Ricky straight and hard. And Pezzett wraps up.
6 again,
Pakesy,
was it?
Yes, it was. Left to Reynolds, their midfield. Reynolds left onto Walsh. Out the back left to Kachevsky. Oh, he's upended in a really good tackle by Jordan Samrani. I like the young man Samrani. And this is Jensen now taking the hit up, entering the 10-metre zone of the Parramatta Eels. They're left of the post and they're coming right. This is Pat Carrigan, first receiver, right to Reynolds. Puts in the grubber kick for Katoni Staggs, who had an absolute eternity to do whatever the hell he wanted to do and grab that ball and score the try. It is 10 points to nil, mate.
That was great vision from Matt Reynolds. He saw Parramatta rushing up over the line, and yeah, that's the inexperience there. That's Jonah Pezzett defending out there alongside Sean Russell. He could see Parramatta was way up, and he could see Katoni Staggs screaming for the ball, and he's in the right spot at the right time. And Katoni Staggs mentioned during the week that he was going to go after Jonah Pezzett, and they've already made that clear. And Brisbane are up 10-0.
10-0?
Man. Brisbane Broncos. Well, they're on fire, but Parramatta Eels, they're not offering up a hell of a lot of resistance, are they?
No. It looks like it's a continuation of what they did last week. No resilience, not trying to work and not trying to defend their man, and they got to fix it up. What's Jason Ryles going to do? What's his message to the team right now?
Yeah, so just looking at the replay here, the Eels, Kartonga and Pezzett, there was just way too much of a gap in between the two players there, and there was no communication between Kartonga and Pezzett, and they were able to kick it. Renault was able to grab a kick it and find the space out back.
What's wrong with Walsh? He's got the attention of the staff there.
Walshy
grabbing a shoulder.
Look, man, so Walshy, bit of a shoulder injury there, man.
Anyway, it looks like he's okay. It looks like he's going to continue. But yeah, Broncos up 12-0 after, again, they're still beating the clock. I know it's only early days, but Parramatta's in a world of trouble.
I might pass it over to you maybe at halftime, mate, because my voice might go at this freaking rate. So 12 minutes in, and Karapani takes it on the full, gives it right to Jensen, and he barges it back over the 10-metre line. So they're keeping up with the clock here are the Brisbane Broncos, and Pat Carrigan, nice post-contact meters, gets the Broncos up over the 20-metre line by 5 metres. Pakes right to Renault dummies, and he's able to slice them open, gives it right to Staggs. He puts the foot down, and now they're back inside Parramatta Eels territory here. And now it's Pakes, a dummy half. He's weaving and passing left infield for Payne Haas, and Payne Haas puts on a bit of a step, offloads back to Pakes. Pakes comes back to the right-hand side, gives it to Carrigan, and Carrigan is just going to take the hit up here and take the tackle. This is the fourth, and they're 20 metres out here. Pakes left, Mam at the back left to Walshy, and Shibasaki bobbled the ball but was able to contain it. Parramatta Eels are claiming that it was touched by them, so it should be somewhat of a knock-on or a loss of possession. As Walsh stabs the kick across field, it's batted backwards by Staggs to Jordan Ricky, and they are in again by the looks of things, but we are going to the video ref. It did look a little bit unconvincing by Ricky, and he's sending it up as a no-try as well.
What are they checking for? Is it dropped by Katoni? Katoni Staggs touches that. But
that's purposefully backwards, yes. Right?
Yeah, it looks like he's batted it back. But did Jordan Ricky get a clean grab of it in time to ground it with pressure. It's come off Sean Russell as well after the contact with Staggs. But as he bobbled it, as Gus Gould says, as Ricky bobbled it.
Jonah Pezzett getting down low. Ricky has
He's lost
it.
Yep.
So last weekend, the defensive combination of Pezzett and Katonga leaked like a sieve, and they're doing it again here tonight, mate. This combination defensively is being targeted big time. Reynolds to dummy and run and slice them like he just did against Pezzett and Kaltonga. It's awful signs, and Broncos are giving Pezzett a real taste of what it's like to be a Brisbane Bronco, mate, at the moment.
100%. And you saw it last week. Like, you notice players that leave the Melbourne Storm system. They you look at their system, not many players continue to play top-line football once they leave that Melbourne Storm system. And Melbourne didn't even try hard to retain Pezzett, and you can probably see why. Like, when they let players go, they don't. Not many of them go on to do bigger things, and it's not a promising start to Jonah Pezzett's life as an Eel.
And look, it's 6 again here for the Brisbane Broncos. It was a decent goal line dropout, but they've just shot themselves in the foot again. Here is Reynolds running to the right-hand side. Walsh gives it to Ricky. I'll tell you what, if Walsh held it, there was enough space there between Katonga and Pezzett to maybe burst on through. Pakes a dummy half, left to Carrigan, then back right to Payne Haas. And Payne Haas is tackled on the 4th. 10 metres out here, Pakes, left to Carrigan, left to Renault to Mam, or found nobody, unfortunately. But this is Karapani coming back in field. And he's tackled about 9 metres out here. Last tackle. Pakes, Carrigan, Walsh puts in the grubber kick. Iongi is there, but he had to bat it dead. So it's going to be a goal line drop out here, man. Sorry, man. The cluttering, the clunking of the plates, man, I'm sorry, man, is really distracting, mate. It's really distracting. Alrighty. So 15 minutes in. And we're waiting for a goal line dropout here. So Walshy, so that's a massive one. That's 58 on the fly, I'd suggest. And this is Corey Jensen, maybe his 5th or 6th hit up already. 15 minutes into the game. Crashes back into the pack. Pakes right to Carrigan. Carrigan back under for Haas, and Haas is up to about the 30-metre line. They're in a central position, running left to right. Pakes, left to Mam. Left to Walsh. He's stepping back towards the right. I think there was a Bronco that overran the play, so he stopped, but he ducked under a tackle there and nearly burst on through. And Mam, he just puts the foot down and goes straight and hard because the Parramatta Eels defense, they're not coming up. They're left of the goalposts here. 4th tackle, Pakes goes right to Reynolds. And we just couldn't figure it out there. So on that occasion, good defense from Para. But this is the last. Pakes. They go right again to Walsh. Cut out to Staggs. Staggs puts the fend on, falls down, but picks himself back up again. He now puts in a right-footed kick that goes landing in the friggin' goalpost area. Oh, Shibasaki nearly friggin' scored on that occasion, Jag.
He did, yeah. I do apologise about that noise, but just the dish is getting put away. But okay, yeah, good set there from the Broncos there. Nice kick there from Katoni Staggs. And if Shibasaki absolutely reeled that in, that could have been one of the tries of the season if they pulled that off. As Parramatta have it, Simonson met there strongly by Shibasaki. He'll play it back to Riley Smith, finds the Fox, Josh Adokar, and he takes it over the 40 as the coach Jason Riles looks on. Not looking happy at the moment, nor should he be. Here's DeBellin. He tried to offload it, but takes it up Main Street. And it is a penalty, high shot on Jack DeBellin. It's from Adam Reynolds. And the Parramatta Eels will get their first crack in Brisbane's half. In fact, it was absolutely that made the hit.
What an absolutely massive opportunity here is for Parramatta Eels. If they were to score here and now inside the next couple of minutes to make it 12-6.
Okay, Parramatta with on the 30. Moses with the tap finds Riley Smith, and here's Jack Williams in a new role tonight. Played last week on the edge. With good suspended, moves to the front row. And it is Riley Smith finds Pezzett to Tuolangi without the headgear. He's made himself a mess, and Tuolangi's over for Parramatta.
Whoa!
And he's made amends from his early penalty, and he's got Parramatta on the board at Suncorp. Parramatta are back.
That's incredible, mate. That's absolutely incredible. Splitting the gap between Mam and Gajewski. Kelmy also beat Walsh, Shibasaki, and Pakes. That's their first defensive set, Brisbane Broncos, inside their own half. And they just leaked it through a barnstorming Tuolangi Jag. That's insane. Yes.
I couldn't believe it. And he shed the headgear as well. That's a remarkable try for Parramatta. That should give him a boost of confidence. Kelma Tuolangi, his first game of the season, and he's got a try.
It's a great piece of individual brilliance by Tuolangi for sure, but it's just remarkable because the run of play, the way that it's been going down, this could be a bloody 30-all sort of a night, mate.
Could be a repeat of the Dolphins-Rabbitohs game last Sunday. But yeah, Parramatta's first set in Brisbane's half, and they just strolled over, and that's poor defense from the Brisbane Broncos there. And Moses, and he's nailed it, and we've got a 6-point ball game on. Broncos 12, Parramatta 6.
That's stunning. That's you want to say that Riles hasn't been impressed by the start. Michael Maguire would be kind of apoplectic at the moment, bro. He'd be pretty PO about what just happened. Wow.
He'd be spraying. If it was halftime there, he'd be absolutely spraying them. Anyway, 19 minutes gone, and it is 12-6. Parramatta, if you just joined us, Kelma Tuolangi just got Parramatta on the board. Brisbane led 12-0 before that. And the kick's bounced, and it's been picked up by Pezzett. Pezzett finds Williams, and he's just knocked Jack Gajewski straight into the ground. And he'll play it back to Smith. Smith finds DeBellin runs straight at Corey Jensen and Payne Haas. Gets over the 20-metre line. He'll play it back to Riley Smith. Riley Smith finds Paulo, and Paulo makes a strong run as well, the veteran. Off contract this year with Parramatta. Keen to play on next year, though, he has indicated. Here's Tuolangi, that try scorer. A strong carry from him as well in this set. On the fourth tackle, I should say. Plays it back to Smith. Smith to Bellin's second run in this set. Just short of the halfway. Last tackle for the Eels. Riley Smith at dummy half. Finds Moses, and he kicks towards the wing of Josiah Karapani, and he takes it on the full.
And Karapani, great carry back from him, gets the Broncos starting their set around the 20-metre line there. Mam at dummy half goes left to Shibasaki. That strong defence there from Sam Rani, and they're offside. Sam Rani and Mitch Moses. Oh, shit, oh dear. Sorry, I think I just blew out the mic there for a moment, but it was there. It was building. And Moses was the man responsible, or one of the men responsible for being offside. Absolutely disastrous.
Yep. Of all the good work they've done to get back in this game, now they've let Brisbane off the hook. And if they're not careful here, all their hard work could be undone, and Brisbane could cross yet again.
So this is tackle number 2 here in the Broncos. Play the ball about 12 metres inside Parramatta territory. Renault first receiver, right to Walsh, right to Staggs. Staggs up against Russell, and Staggs still fighting and standing. Gee whiz, he was hard to take down then. And this here is Reece Walsh, first receiver, left to Haas. And he's able to offload back to Pakes, who passes right to Reynolds. Dummies, gives it to Ricky, and Ricky's just going to have to take the tackle here. Got to say that Parramatta have done nothing with Josh Addo-Carr yet, mate. Carr has not had a touch of the ball. Pakes left to Reynolds, fourth tackle. Reynolds left to Mam. There's Walsh out the back. Walsh just puts the foot down, but good defense there on that occasion. Absolutely. And this is Shibasaki on the last, passing right infield for Mann. Crossfield kick. Staggs chasing. And it's off the shoulder of Russell, I believe. And it could be a try here for Ezra Mam.
He looks confident, Ezra Mam. I'm not convinced, though.
No, it depends if Staggs has touched the ball, but I do think that Russell had more of an involvement here, or had the main involvement, I should say.
I think it did come off the hands of Russell. Here's the replay. So Sean Russell goes up.
Are they cheating?
Goes. So Staggs goes above him. Then Russell towers over him. Who gets the touch of the ball? It looks like it's come back off Sean Russell.
With Sean Russell.
I think Staggs might have had an air swing here.
Rice and the
It's very touch and go. It looks like it could be simultaneous because
yes, because
Gone back.
is there enough evidence to overturn this call from the referee?
Well, this should be the shot here.
I think it's come off the hand of Sean Russell there.
It's a lottery, mate. It's an absolute lottery. To the 26 people that are watching us live right now, thank you so much. Please subscribe to Wobblin Jaw Sports and Mad Dragon Vodcast. And this is a no try here. So it's ruled that it was touched there by Staggs, mate.
Penalty to Brisbane. You think it's an escort? Wow.
what do you mean? Wow.
You think they're going to take the 2 here? Smart decision, Adam Reynolds.
It might be a humid night up in Brisbane, man, but they are showing a bit of respect here for the Parramatta Eels, mate. But they should just keep the hammer down because it will result in points, mate. But, you know, if you take the 2 and you go out to 8 points, that's fair enough. I get that. But they've got Parramatta on the ropes, mate. They're not defending tonight, Eels.
No, they're not. No. But Parramatta will be relieved with that. And
100%.
They'll get a chance to reset and regroup and go again. But gives Brisbane a bit more of a buffer, and it gives Parramatta a bit more they've got to catch. And it's an easy 2 points for someone like Adam Reynolds as well, as he nails it.
Alrighty. 14-6. So they've kicked it back out to a two converted try lead there. What am I doing here? So we're about 23 minutes in. 14-6. Righto, man. Well, it's been an entertaining game, man. It's been clinical from Brisbane Broncos, but the moments that Parramatta have had the ball, they've looked good and they've resulted in points. So it is end-to-end sort of footy at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Parramatta are doing well to keep it at 14-6 because the amount of ball Brisbane have had, it should be a lot more than 14-6. So this flatters Parramatta, this score.
100%. But, and there's Willison carrying it back into the pack. Jack Williams is the one meeting them there. They can't give away a 6 again or a penalty here. This is Gajewski now running it over the 20-metre line. And Pakes gives it right onto Carrigan. And Carrigan is met by 3 Eels defenders. Plays the ball, Pakes left to Walsh. Walsh looking for a 30-20, but Iongi, great defensive play there from Iongi.
It was, yeah. As just saw there, Dylan Walker has just come on for the Eels in jersey 14. Moses at dummy half finds Simonson, and he's tackled there by Gajewski and Shibasaki. And Simonson will play it back to Moses. Moses finds Samrani, and he's met by 3 Broncos with Willison, Pakes, and Haas just over the Thursday Night Football logo there. Paulo finds Walker, now Pezzett, now Iongi. That's been lost by Katonga, and Katoni Staggs picks it up, Sam, and you can't just hand over cheap ball like that.
They were looking good again there, Eels. And this here is Jordan Ricky, and he's met quickly there by Dylan Walker. But the Broncos are inside Parramatta Eels territory here. He'll play the ball on the 40. Pakes left to Carrigan, and then flat to Willison, who threatened to break out the back, but he made post-contact meters anyway that gets the Broncos over the 30 of the Eels, and Pakes goes right to Carrigan. Flat ball for Payne Haas, and from 22 meters out, it is game over. It is a try there for Payne Haas. And I think that was on Kartonga. Again, we're going to see a replay in a moment, Jag, but that, as you've said all night, it's just too easy, man.
Yep. Again, they're targeting that side of Kartonga and Jonah Pezzett. Who was the one that missed him? Let's have a look. So that it comes off the back of the loss from Kartonga, and that's just I can't find the words to describe that one. That's just one you can't mess up. And then Payne Haas, he just strolled over, nowhere to be seen. So he got Carrigan, caught Kartonga out of the line, and that's where the gap was. Jonah Pezzett rushed up, and the big man, Payne Haas, scrolls over, and it's a big lead now for the Brisbane Broncos.
Gearins Field says, let's go 50 bomb. Let's go 50 bomb. It might be that way. And Jag, what's your opinion on what I'm about to say? We're only one game and 25 minutes into the Parramatta Eels season. Something needs to change immediately. I mean, immediately, between Kartonga and Pezzett, mate. There is no communication between those two men. And it's looking like a training run for the Brisbane Broncos. It's way too easy down that side, mate. They will leak 50 tonight if Kartonga and Pezzett don't pick up their game, or if Coach Jason Riles doesn't make a change right now, because it's not working.
100%. I don't know who he's got there that can come on there. He's got Matt Dury, who's an edge back rower on the bench. Whether or not he uses him, that's the lottery of this new six-man bench, that you got to be strategic in how you use and which players you do use, because you only get to use 4 of those 6, and we saw them not handle it too well last week when they played Joe Ashpapali on for 9 minutes, and that used up an interchange which they wouldn't normally use. But yeah, he's got to think carefully about what he's going to do, because I had high hopes for Parramatta this year, but the way this is going, it's going to be a long night if they keep this up.
Alrighty, so this is Jack Gajewski with the second hit up of the set. And Gajewski and Jack Williams, I think, have had a head clash here. Jesus. And I'll tell you what, Gajewski copped a knock last weekend and remarkably did not go up for a HIA. So this is the second time in the space of a week now that Jack Gajewski has been head clashed with, or has had his melon rocked, and it's Jack Williams and Gajewski having a head clash.
Was there a shoulder there? No, there was no shoulder, no. Just a full-on head clash, yeah.
I know what you were saying. I know what you were implying after Hopgood's tackle last weekend. 100%, man. 100%. But Jack Gajewski, he can't. He's got to go off. So too does Williams, mate.
Yeah, been some sickening hits, but I heard some. Yep, Williams is leaving the field. I don't think Gajewski will be too far behind him. No, they're both leaving the field, so that'll be the end of their first half.
We've got King Simba in the chat who says up the Broncos. Never seen you in the chat before, mate, so thank you very much for saying good day. And we've got Tahi, bro. Kia ora, bro. How are you? How are you? Thank you again for coming in.
So it looks like Matt Dury's coming on for Parramatta.
Alrighty.
Brisbane, I'm not too sure who'll come on. They do have Grant Anderson and Jaden Hunt. So it looks like Alblix Toha from their new recruit from the Dolphins is coming on.
Yep. So this is going to be second tackle with 13 minutes to go. Tawa gets to play the ball position, plays it, and this is Pat Carrigan with the first hit up, and good defense there on that occasion by the Eels, limiting Carrigan to about 4 meters. This is Payne Haas now, who makes his mandatory 10-meter run. Still standing in the tackle, post-contact meters. Surely has to go back and play the ball, ref. Yes, absolutely. Haas walked off the mark for sure. So they're about 19 metres away from halfway. Fourth tackle, they go to the right-hand side. That's good running defence from Walker and Dury. That was on Tawa. Oh, Willison, sorry. And now Walshy puts in the kick.
A spiralling bomb. But Iongi does well and takes it on the full. And he runs into Reynolds and Ricky, and Carrigan comes in over the top to help him out. And Iongi will play it back to Jonah Pezzett. Jonah Pezzett finds the Fox at O'Carr. Then he runs straight into Adam Reynolds with the help of Payne Haas and Jordan Ricky. Jonah Pezzett at dummy half. Addo Carr claiming for a penalty. He's not going to get one. Here's Simonson. And Simonson, nowhere to go there. 4 defenders bring him down. He'll play it back to Riley Smith. Riley Smith finds Walker. Walker finds, that's Tuivati. Big giant, 116-kilo prop. Didn't get on last week. Here's Walker. Walker the show and go, but has to take the run himself. With Torhart making the tackle. Last tackle as Walker plays it back to Riley Smith. Finds Mitchell Moses just over the 40, and it's spiralling towards the wing of Karapani. He takes it on the full, and it's nice tackle there by Jordan Samarani.
Impressive catch there from Karapani, and this is Shibasaki now having the hit up. So Broncos' second tackle about 13 metres away from their own try line. This is Mariner now putting on the step and getting over the 20-metre line. Good carry from Dean Mariner. Pakes a dummy half. He goes left. It's all a bit standstill, unfortunately, and Willison just has to cop his medicine there from Mitch Moses. And Ezra Mam at dummy half gives it to Tower, All Blacks Tower, and he's able to make about 5 or 7 metres up towards the 40-metre line. Last tackle, Pace goes right, finds Reynolds, and Reynolds puts it downfield.
Yep, and Reynolds kicks it down the throat of Addo Carr. Addo Carr looks to pass Iongi, but decides to take the run himself. And he runs into Jordan Ricky, Katoni Staggs, and Payne Haas.
Addo Carr plays for Eels now.
Yep, so it's category 2 for Jack Williams and Jack Ajewski. The 2 Jacks off for HIA, so we don't see them until early in the second half. Should they be successful.
Is my Jack off?
Anyway, the Eels take it up. It's with Iongi as Michael Maguire looks on. Iongi plays it back to Smith. Smith finds Walker. Walker just takes it straight up. Nowhere to go for him. Just gets it over halfway. Parramatta only 32% of the ball in this first half they've had. As Riley Smith finds Dury. Gets past Pakes, but Pakes rings him down around the legs. Last tackle. Riley Smith. Sorry, not last. Iongi, the show and go. Iongi. Oh, Reynolds grabs him around the shorts. Didn't make that tackle. Could have been try time for Parramatta. Iongi plays it back to Smith. Smith finds Pezzett. Pezzett with the kick in goal. With the kick towards the in goal. Riley Smith. Riley Smith is claiming a try.
Jag.
And it is a try. He's not going to the bunker. What was Payne Haas thinking there?
Well, for a moment, I didn't know what bloody Jonah Pezzett was thinking there, bro. It was only third tackle, putting in a grubber kick like that. Oh, gee whiz.
Right call. What a run from Iongi.
You're not friggin' wrong, mate. So let's have a look here. Pezzett puts in a
Reece
kick.
Walsh in the line. Payne Haas makes a meal of it. Riley Smith's in the right spot. Fair try.
And it is confirmed there's enough downwards pressure there. I thought he sort of glanced over the top, but no, there's enough downward pressure there. And the Broncos, bro. Holy smokes. Oh, the Parramatta Eels, man, they got to hope that they get a flood of possession here, mate, and just hope to win it in the second half, man. Thank you to the 37-odd people that are in the chat right now. Thank you very much. This is a wild game of footy so far, man. It's not pretty per se, but you don't know what's coming. No, you don't know what's coming. Like the momentum's all with the Broncos, but the moment the Eels get the ball, they're making headway upfield, man. And we're back to an 8-point ball game, 20 points to 12 with 8 minutes to go in the first half, Jag. Bizarre game of footy.
Parramatta haven't had much ball in Brisbane's half, but when they have, they've made it look good. And Iongi looks dangerous, as did Jonah Pezzett. He's made up for what he's missed in defence, but with the football, he's showing why Parramatta put their faith in him to partner Mitchell Moses this year.
And really, it was the first time that we've seen Pezzett with ball in hand in this game so far, and he linked up with the Yongi, and
that's an important try. 8 minutes to half time. That keeps them in the ball game. Let's see if they can. And it's gone out on the. Oh, Pezzett's dropped it, but it's still out on the full anyway. And that's
You've only got to touch it
in this game.
You've only got to touch it, Jag.
Who kicked that? Was that Adam Reynolds or?
It'd have to be, wouldn't it? Or Walshy. It was Walsh. 41 people. 41 people in the chat. Please subscribe to Wobblin Jaw Sports and Mad Dragon Vodcast. Thank you so much for coming in and showing the support. Take it away, Jag.
Yep. So, So Adokar throws it in field to Moses. Moses with the restart.
That's open.
No, they got to go back and do it again. So Moses with the tap. Finds Riley Smith. Now it's with Tuivasa. And Tuivasa taken down there by 3 Broncos defenders. 7 minutes to go till half time. At 20 points to 12. Here's Pezzett. Finds Tuilagi, one of the try scorers for the Eels. Taken down there by Pakes and Torha. 25 out from the line. Smith finds Pezzett. Pezzett to Walker. Walker to Tuivasa. They're within the 20 metres of the line now. Golden opportunity to Parramatta to reduce the margin to 2. Tuivasa plays it back to Smith. Smith to Walker. Walker to Pezzett. The ball to Tuilagi. And Tuilagi's got a double.
Oh my goodness, heavens me.
And Parramatta have come from nowhere, and we've got a 2-point ball game, Sam. That's about.
What is going on? This is absolutely bizarre. They haven't been in the game, Parramatta.
They don't deserve to be with the ball they've had.
They don't. They've been awful defensively, Parramatta, but now you've got to start saying the same thing about Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane just aren't that. They're not a team that like getting into the hard work. They rely on their flashy brilliance, like players like Reece Walsh, Ezra Mam, Adam Reynolds, when they want to get into the game, they do. But when off the ball, they're not so great. And Parramatta were one of the form teams to finish off last year, and they're showing that football tonight. And yeah, we've got a 2-point ball game. Who's to say they won't get another try before halftime?
Well, exactly right. The way that they're going, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, Jason Riles, man, should be proud of his bench. I feel like, what's your opinion on this, Jag? I feel like that the interchange bench has come on and made a huge difference. Dylan Walker in particular, mate. I think Walker's injection into the game has made a difference. Yeah,
he straightens up the attack. He's another ball player. He's played 5'8" previously, as we know, at his time at Manly. So he does have a good ball playing experience as well. Moses shanks it. But yeah, 20 points to 16. It is still game on. But yeah, Dylan Walker has made a difference, as has Big Sam Tuivasa.
Well, I've got to say, Ezra Mam has been responsible for 2 of the 3 tries, I think, coming down his edge. And Gajewski and Toa are the men that he's working either side of. But, Ezra Mam is being suckered in. And Kelma Tuilagi has taken advantage twice now. So they need to go back down that well, I suppose, to the Parramatta Eels, mate. What a bizarre half.
Yep, 5.5 minutes to go to halftime. Pezzett takes it on the full. And it's with Tuivasa. He runs straight at Ben Talty, who's now on for the Broncos in jersey 16. And Tuivasa plays it back to Riley Smith. And it is a penalty going away at Parramatta. This is huge moment in the game.
Just want to quickly say, sorry, Jag, I'll quickly say, Tahi, bro, thank you, mate. We've also got Paul Giddy Vlogs. I'm listening from the Philippines. Thank you so much for listening in, mate. We've got...
myself, Paul.
And we've got Danny as well. Slippery Eels might slip through, and they are, mate. They might do it again, Jag.
Yep. Looks like they will as Katonga takes it over halfway. 3 Broncos defenders take him down. And Katonga will play it back to Riley Smith. Riley Smith runs from dummy half, finds Dury. Dury gets over the 40. Smith finds Walker. Walker's straightened up the attack. He finds Tuivasa. They're 25 out, Parramatta. Big chance to score another one. Moses, Iongi, the show and go. He's over Iongi.
Oh, Jag!
Iongi. That was way too easy. And we've
what?
got 20 all.
Jag, what is going on, man.
We might have a record points for this game, the way it's going. With Moses, what a ball. And then Isaiah Ongi absolutely fooled Shibasaki and Mariner. He just strolled over, toying with the defense of the Broncos. Again, you mentioned Ezra M in that set. It's him again, the combination between him and Shibasaki. No one wants to tackle tonight.
If you had Parramatta Eels at $4.10 before kickoff, you must be absolutely losing your mind right now, because there's a mighty chance that they're going to go into halftime 22-20. It's 20 all right now. Jag, man, you and I have called over the past couple of years some bizarre games of footy. This is up there with the most bizarre half of footy you and I have ever called, mate.
I can't really believe what I'm watching here. And Parramatta haven't even had half the possession the Broncos have had. And it's pretty much like that Canberra Raiders game against Manly last Saturday night, where Canberra were trailing 14-0. They had no ball, and then they scored 28 straight points to lead 28-14. It's pretty much a repeat of that at the moment, as Moses boots Parramatta in the front. Parramatta are in front. Can you believe it, Sam?
I can't. We got Paul from the Philippines. He thought Parramatta were gone early doors. So did the rest of the population, for sure, man. Joshua, go Eels. He's tuning in from Papua New Guinea. Thank you so much, mate. SG, he's just said, what the? And Tahi, well, are they in need of a leader by Barney? I don't know what that means, Tahi, bro. Sorry, mate. But holy smokes. 22-20.
SG is one of our top followers on the Mad Dragons podcast. That's Lisa Marie Cooper. So one of our top followers. As the Eels take it back with Tuivati. So 2 3/4 minutes till half time. And Tuivati will play it back to Smith. Smith finds Katonga. And Katonga, good run there from the Fijian. Talty and Pakes take him down. Riley Smith finds Dury. He runs it straight at Pat Carrigan, and Willison and Torha help him take him down. Riley Smith, the dummy half, finds Walker. As you said, he's made a huge impact since coming on. Talty takes Walker down. Pleading for a penalty is Dylan Walker. I can see his reasoning, but doesn't get it. And he is... That was Iongi. Last tackle, Parramatta. Smith finds Moses. And he spirals it down. It feels like an eternity since Brisbane had the ball, and Walsh takes it on the full, Sam.
And Walsh is able to fight his way to the 20-metre line. It feels like it's been over 5 minutes. You're right, mate, since they've last had a touch of the pill. And this is Karapani getting up to the 30. They've got to withstand the attack here, Parramatta Eels. And Dylan Walker, he's given away a penalty. No, it's a 6 again, sorry. Walsh right to Shibasaki. So they've got to hold on here, Parramatta. And this is second tackle. They're still short of halfway. And this is Willison. That's good defense on that occasion by Dury and Pezzett. Still short of halfway. Just getting breaking news now that Jack Kajeski has been ruled out. Not too sure about Jack Williams. We'll find that out in just a moment. And I think Reynolds might have copped one across the ear there, I think. And this is Ben Talty now having the hit up. So good defensive set there from the Eels with 1 minute remaining. Pakes goes right to Carrigan, right to Reynolds. Throws a rainbow ball out to Mariner. Fox is beaten by Mariner, and it's a forward pass in the end. Oh, well, maybe it was a poke in the eye on Reynolds, not a clap across the ear. So there's 47 seconds remaining, time off, and Parramatta Eels, they could be in a shot to go for a 2-point field goal or go for a Hail Mary. But yes, the pass there from Reynolds to Mariner was the pass that was called forward.
47 seconds remaining in the first half. I don't think the Broncos will get the ball again in the half. So Dury will play it back to Riley Smith, and Sam Rani runs it straight at 3 Broncos defenders. Parramatta will finish with the ball in this first half. Hard to believe they're leading 22-20 after trailing 12-0 very early in this game. As Simonson will play it back to Riley Smith. Can they get some more points before the half concludes? As Tuivati, a strong carry there from the giant front rower. just shy of the 40. Smith to Moses. Moses to Pezzett. Pezzett finds Katonga. Katonga with the show and go. Throws it to Iongi, and it's been knocked on. And that will be all she wrote, I'd say, for half time. But Walsh is claiming for a quick feed. I don't think we'll have time to feed the scrum. And it looks like Parramatta will take the lead into half time. Yep, referee has called half time.
I don't know what to make of it. I'm speechless. I am without speech.
I am lost for words for what's happened there. That's a bizarre game of football. Does anyone want to tackle? Because the way this game's going, we could have 60, 70 points scored.
We've got Paul. He says, I didn't play Pezzett on my super coach team. Oh, dear. Tahi Bro says these two teams are trying to buy Mitch Barnett. The winner gets Mitch Barnett. That's what they should probably do, Tahi Bro. The winner gets Mitch Barnett by the end of the night.
At least he could make some tackles.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He'd show Brisbane, all the Eels, what to do in a tackling situation. And this man here, Kelmatua Lungi, he has had an unhappy 18 months with injuries and suspensions and whatnot. And this is the promise. This is the promise coming to fruition now. He is a absolute giant of a human being, and he's always shown promise, but has always been injured or suspended. But boy, howdy, he is showing his potential tonight, Kelmatua Lungi, mate, when they really did need him. We've got Emu King in the chat. I can't blame the rest for the high points tally so far. No. I think Wyatt Raymond, the referee, has had a good game in that first half. I think that's fair to say, Jag.
He's letting the game flow. Absolutely. The game goes much better when the game flows. Like we've seen during the week, the NRL's put out a statement to stop the captains really confronting the refs and arguing them about decisions during games. And this game, the referee's really stayed out of it. He hasn't blown too many penalties. And, yeah, it's been a real free-flowing game of football on the attacking side anyway. Not so much about the defence.
So we had the Broncos who scored the first try after the first 4 minutes of the half. The last points for the Broncos came in the 24th minute. Now, Kelmatua Lungi scored in the 17th minute, but in the space of 4 minutes, from minute 30 through to minute 35, 5 minutes, Parramatta scored 3 tries in 5 minutes to finish off that half of footy, man. So Brisbane Broncos, last week I said that the Parramatta Eels scored the first try and they felt, they were going to do it easy against the Melbourne Storm. They lulled themselves into a false sense of security. Maybe that's what has happened here with the Brisbane Broncos. But Jag, it's really, I don't think I've ever been this pressed to try and come up for a reason as to how Parramatta have been able to fight their way back into that game, really. It is, we've got to talk about it. Ezra Mam's defense is probably the main key factor at the moment, isn't it, Jag?
It is 100%, and I don't think it gets better if you bring a Ben Hunt on, because he's not the best defender either. So, and we mentioned the same with Jonah Pezzett as well. Like both number sixes aren't making their tackles, and both teams are really taking advantage of that. And I think it's just going to be a game of who wants it more, because no one's tackling. No one's making their tackles. And we're talking about the team that just won last year's competition.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think a couple of minutes have gone by, and we'll bring up the stats here. And Emu King, he's asking the question, is this Guillemot Shibasaki's second year in first grade?
Well, he's been a journeyman.
Exactly right. But based off his performance so far defensively, you probably would think it is his second year, 100%. And he agrees with us that Ezra is stinking it at the moment for sure, man. So let's bring up the stats here at halftime. I can't believe what we just watched, man. Like it just looked like it was going to be the cakewalk of cakewalks for Brisbane Broncos, man. Alrighty, so we'll go into the team stats here. All right, so Parramatta going in with 42% possession, up 22-20, Jag, and that's something that you mentioned just before halftime. That I can't. That's so rare to see, isn't it?
100%, like very rare. we did see it in the Canberra Manly game the other night as well. Canberra had no ball, and they just found a way to. They just stayed patient, and then they clawed their way back, and eventually the points started to come. And as we said, when it was 14-6, that scoreline did flatter the Eels.
Yep.
And when it got back to 26, we thought it might have been a mountain too high for them to come back from that. But it seemed to be turned out to be the last points Brisbane scored. And as you mentioned, Parramatta 3 tries in quick succession, and they've taken an unlikely lead into half-time.
But look at the completion rates there for the Brisbane Broncos. They've completed at 90%. One error would have been off of the Payne Haas trying to regather the ball that resulted in the Riley Smith try. And then I think there was a forward pass there by Adam Reynolds. So 90% completion rate, and they're down 22-20. That's ridiculous. And Parramatta completing at 82%, going into halftime with 42% possession. Look at the run meters. That's in favour of the Broncos by 200. We've got the country singer Riley Green, or I've been calling him Riley Reid all week, mate. It would have been interesting if Riley Reid was halftime entertainment, Jag. Oh, dearie me. So post-contact meters is in favour of the Broncos. So too are the line breaks. But the tackle breaks, it does feel like that, yes, the forward pack for the Eels, they're up by 1, but it does feel like that the tackle breaks, they've been able to, they have been able to break them more, the Parramatta Eels. Average set distances are by and large the same. Just going down here, so kicking meters, so the Broncos lead that stat by about 120. And effective tackles, they're both at 89%. Both, look, it's 14-13.
That's alarming, missed tackles, yeah.
And the penalties conceded are 3 apiece. And I think the Brisbane Broncos have been able to get 2 more 6 again. So, look, I don't want to say it's a high-quality game of footy, Jag, because the defense has been leaky as, mate. But you look at the completion rates and the evenness of the contest, it's turning into a real friggin' belter at the moment.
It is. Like, we love seeing the tries scored. But, again, there's no resilience. Like, people would pay the price of admission alone to see this many points scored in a game, but it doesn't really say a lot about how these players defend. Like, they're especially top line players, and they dish up defense like this. Like, this is, I don't think Michael Maguire or Jason Rice would be happy with the defense from either team in the first.
No, absolutely not. And we've got Emu saying or suggesting 50 points to 48. Anyone? Well, look at this rate, bro. Maybe. And Paul, this might be the question of halftime, Jag. Hunt surely won't defend as bad as Ezra Mam, and that's the question now that Michael Maguire's got to ask. What do you do with Ben Hunt? Because Ezra Mam is not on tonight, bro. Defensively, at least. Attacking wise, he's been here or there, but defensively he is off. And Pakes hasn't played badly tonight, to his credit. He's had a bit of an unhappy start to 2026, but I don't know if he's an 80-minute player. But look, I think maybe you just got to continue to back Ezra Mam at this point and have Ben Hunt come on at halftime and play a bit of hooker. But what do you do, man? Like, The key to this game might be whether or not Ben Hunt is the hooker or the 5'8" in this second half. Yeah,
it's big decision for Michael Maguire to make. Michael Maguire, as he addresses the team, doesn't look too happy with what's going on. It's a big question for Michael Maguire to answer. Pakes has played the whole half, hasn't had a rest yet, but it's a big. I don't really know how to answer this one. Hunt does add that creativity, but he doesn't have the spark Ezra Mam does, because if this game gets right down to the wire, you want the spark of Ezra Mam to try and win the game for the Broncos. Like, Ben Hunt will make those tackles in games, but I don't know how he'd handle being out wide there. And it's a big decision for Michael Maguire to make. Do you bring Hunt on as a dummy half or a 5'8"? We'll have to wait and see how they the start of the second half goes. I'm sure that will determine how Ben Hunt will be used in this game. Haven't seen him yet tonight, so Yeah, I suppose it'll be one to watch.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll go into some of the players here. So I'll talk about Broncos, and you can talk about Parramatta there, Jag. So the first 15 minutes, possibly 20, it was the Reece Walsh show. He was on. He had about 6 touches inside the first 7 minutes of play, and also scored a try within that time. Pardon me, as well. Payne Haas was destructive alongside his best mate Pat Carrigan as well. I thought Haas and Carrigan really showed the best of their duo, of their combination here tonight as well. Adam Reynolds was definitely the best half on the paddock for the Brisbane Broncos as well. I thought Adam Reynolds was good. Was good. His kicking game was nice, and he was throwing dummies and making good pass selections. I thought Adam Reynolds. I thought he had a really good first half. And then the interchange here for the Brisbane Broncos. So they've used 3. That's important to note. The Broncos have used 3 players off the interchange, and I don't think Anderson will come on. Jaden Hunt maybe would be the more likelier of the two, but it is Ben Hunt that will be that 4th player to be used.
Unless they lose an outside back.
Of course. No, of course. That would be interesting, of course. Jack Gajewski ruled out with concussion. Don't know if you know, Jag. I didn't hear anything about Jack Williams. There was a head clash between Gajewski and Jack Williams, but Gajewski is ruled out. So, look, I thought the best player on the paddock there for the Broncos in that first half was Payne Haas, despite his error that led to the Riley Smith try there, Jag.
Yeah, 100%. He's going to show. He's really shown what the Broncos will miss next year. He looked like a man on mission. He scored that great try off that ball from Ezra Mam, and he's been dangerous. He makes his carries as he does, and always has that good motor on him. And he's shown why he's the best front rower in the game.
Alrighty, so mate, talk to us about Parramatta Eels. You called the Eels in that first half, and we'll do so again in the second. Who you reckon stood out for you in that, or what are your opinions on the Parramatta Eels' performance in that first half?
I think, as we said, it was slow to start the game. They looked like could have been anything looked like it was heading towards a cricket score the way both teams started. But Parramatta have done well to claw their way back into this and take the lead by half time. I thought Isaiah Iongi has looked dangerous every time he's had the football. He's made 130 metres in that first half. And then Mitchell Moses, as his experience playing in Origin and for Australia, he's really steered that team around, and there's a lot resting on the shoulders of Mitchell Moses, because if the Parramatta Eels are going to have a good year, he needs to be playing 95% of their games. If anything happens to Mitchell Moses, you can say goodbye to Parramatta's chances of doing anything in this comp this year. So he's really steadied the ship. And man, we've talked about a lot in this first half was Kelma Tuilagi. Gave away that coat hanger of a penalty, but he got past that. He's been rewarded with a double and has really looked like a threat, carrying that left side of the Broncos defense with Ezra Mam and Shibasaki out there, and Tuilagi is running right out there.
Yep, absolutely. Now, they have used 3 players themselves, and they have the option to use either De Silva, Geimer, or Papali, Joash Papali. I don't know, man. Riley Smith has been good, and he has been able to play 80 minutes. Riley Smith, he has proven that. But for some X factor, some even more X factor, I mean, Josh Papali is right there. But who do you take off, mate? Who do you substitute in that instance? I mean, if Pezzett didn't do what he did in the final 10 minutes of that first half, I'd be seriously considering hooking Pezzett, because I thought he was dreadful in the first 20 minutes of that game, man. So, Coach Jason Riles for the Eels, man, he's got a decision to make whether or not he uses De Silva or Papali. I think it will inevitably be De Silva, but I mean, to have Papali on the paddock with this Brisbane Broncos defense letting everybody down at the moment, it might be too enticing not to take up. What would you do, Jag?
It's a bit of an interesting one. Where do you play him? That's there where you got to play him. Like Iongi's been probably Parramatta's best, I think. And I don't see him coming on for Jonah Pezzett, and the Parramatta's backline have been quite good as well. I'd be leaning towards someone like a Charlie Geimer. He's another big forward that can big body that could take it to these Brisbane Broncos forwards. I'd be looking at Charlie Geimer.
Right. That's interesting, man.
It all depends
I
if
totally
Jack
get
Williams
it.
returns as well.
Absolutely. That's a good point as well. I totally get that, man, because, yes, the Eels up the middle, or at least against the edges, man, were really good. And, look, I was looking at the missed tackle count here, man, and, look, it only says 1 for Kartonga and it says none for Pezzett, but there's no – that's wrong, man. That doesn't paint the picture, man, because, yes, if the Eels are to win, Pezzett and Kartonga need to – be way better. That man on screen, Ezra Mam, defensively, he needs to communicate better as well, and his outside men to him as well. So it's sort of going to be won or lost on left edges defensively for either team. And I'm going to back the Broncos to come back into this game. But geez, Struth, man, who knows what the hell's going to happen in this second half, eh?
I couldn't tip a winner the way this game's going. It's been up and down like a yo-yo. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Brisbane will kick off. Parramatta will get the first use of the ball in the second half. It will all depend how this early stages of the second half unfold. I reckon first try is vital to see who will come out on top. As Pezzett takes it on the full, and he'll pass it away to Tuivati. Tuivati makes the first run of the second half, and Tuivati will play it back to Riley Smith. He finds that is Jack Williams, so it looks like he has passed his HIA. So Jack Williams is back out there, which my prediction could be wrong there, that Charlie Geimer will see some action tonight. So I think it will be between Talon De Silva and Joash Papali to get that last spot on the bench. So Riley Smith finds Moses. Moses, the show and go, finds Sam Rani, and he's tackled there by Torha and Carrigan, fourth tackle. Riley Smith to Dylan Walker. Dylan Walker, sloppy pass, picked up by Katonga. Katonga picks it up with one arm, tries to offload, but Brisbane don't let him do it. And he's dragged out there by Katoni Sachs. Last tackle. Riley Smith finds Mitchell Moses from inside the 40, going for the 40-20. Oh, it's been knocked on by Reece Walsh. That is a huge moment.
It was shaping up well for the Parramatta Eels, man. The defensive line of the Broncos was condensed and they weren't coming up off their line, but what a bonus here for the Eels.
Well, Walsh doesn't catch that. That's a 40-20 anyway. So either way, huge moment in this game for Parramatta. Dylan Walker. Here's Jack Williams back after passing his HIA. So they've got an opportunity to extend the lead here, the Eels. Riley Smith, here's Pezzett, and Tuivati runs it straight at Jordan Ricky, the big man. Good run. Smith, Katonga gets the attention of four Broncos defenders. They're 4 meters out from behind the Eels. Smith, Pezzett, Moses. Iongi has got a down. And Isaiah Iongi has got a double, and Parramatta go further in front. It is 26-20, and it comes all off the back of that drop ball from Reece Walsh there.
They're not coming off their line, the Broncos, to start this second half. Mitchell Moses, Iongi have been able to just run at will, mate, and they're not coming up, the Broncos. What happened here? We've got Shibasaki and oh, gee whiz, Karapani
he was turned inside out. He was
look
at our car, I think it was.
Absolutely. I'm always an advocate to keep an eye on your man or size things up, but there was space that was being lost rapidly there, and just wowee, what has happened to the Broncos?
Isaiah,
incredible,
very dangerous. He's been Parramatta's best, I think. Yeah, that's an extraordinary try. 26-20, and Moses converts this. We've got an 8-point ball game in favour of Parramatta, but yeah, Karapani turned inside out, back to the defender. No way you got to have your back to the defender. And Parramatta on the front foot there. And, yeah, they turned him inside out, and Ongi made them pay big time.
I'll tell you what, Isaiah Yongi, man, he looks like he's starting to build into his man frame a little bit too. I feel like he and Blaze Talangi last weekend just looked bigger, looked more imposing as Mitch Moses, he keeps it out to the left-hand side. Gee whiz. But it's 26-20. That might be a costly miss in the end as well. He missed one sitter, and that one was a pretty bad kick. That was a bit of a shank, that one. But it's 26-20 in favour of the Eels. And, you're right, man. I think Iongi is really starting to – well, he is warmed up, but how much further is he going to go in this game, mate? He's going to be huge for the next half hour.
100%. He's winning the battle of the fullbacks against Reece Walsh. And the way the Broncos, the way they started the first half, it's looking at the scripts reversed. And Brisbane don't fix up that edge defence out there. This score could be anything. A whopping 8 tries, and we're only early in the second half. 4 tries apiece. 5 tries to 3 it should be, actually. Anyway, Parramatta with it with Tuivasa. He's made a huge impact since coming onto the field. That's Tuilagi, I should say. Tolty's down for Brisbane. I don't know what's happened there. He's clutching at a test, Ben Tolty. Oh, it's a collision with Taha trying to tackle Kelma Tuilagi. And Tolty's come off worse for wear, hasn't he, Sam?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I don't know if it's a concussion or if he was just winded or what have you, but he's going to get back into the line here.
HIA for Ben Tolty. That's 15 minutes off for Ben Tolty, the rookie from last year for the Broncos, as Corey Jensen runs back onto the field for that change. Third tackle for Parramatta. So Tuilagi will play at just shy of the 30. Smith, Walker, finds Tuivasa. Back to Smith. Smith from dummy half finds. That's Iongi again. He's been very good tonight for the Eels. Last tackle plays it back to Riley Smith. Riley Smith to Moses. And the Broncos will get their first touch of this second half. And it is straight down the throat of Josiah Karapana, who runs it back for the Broncos.
Alrighty. He's going to play the ball just beyond the 20-metre line here. Ezra Mam, dummy half, passes left to Shibasaki, who put Moses on his backside. And he's going to play the ball just short of the 30. Mam scoots out a dummy half from 30 metres out. Then gives it off to Walsh. He's got to run about halfway here. And he's hit there by his opposite number. So good defence there by Iongi. He plays the ball, does Walsh. So the 30 metres out here. This is Willison, straight and hard. But Riley Smith, Dylan Walker, able to stand up to him. Pakes waits a dummy half on the 4th. They go to the right-hand side for Reynolds. Cut out to Ricky, spinning and backing his way into the defence. And now in the blink of an eye, they're 15 metres out. This is the last tackle. Pakes left. Carrigan first receiver. Left to Reno, who puts the step on 2. Eels make that 3. Able to pass right to Mam. Puts in the kick. Chasing here is Stags, and he is beaten Yongi, and it's going to be level again. 24-26 with what should be a gettable kick from Adam Reynolds.
And it's a double to Katoni Stagg, Sam. That's 50 points scored now. 50 points.
Unbelievable. Great scoot out of dummy half by Ezra Mams. Fantastic support play from Reece Walsh, and they combined for about a 40-metre gain there, did the Brisbane Broncos. And Adam Reynolds here beating Walker and Tuivasa. Great footwork from Adam Reynolds, and then Mam putting in great kick and just Stag's pace, beating Iongi's just a fraction there. That's a fantastic passage of play there for the Broncos.
Yeah, not much Parramatta could have done. That was just a brilliant piece of football, and that's the Broncos. We know what they can do. That's their bit of brilliance. That's the Broncos at their best.
And what I was going to say before is that this team for 12 months now have been the comeback kings of the NRL for the past 12 months or so. So, they're absolutely capable of turning it on, man. But it's just we've got to see them defensively now for the next half hour. Both of these sides. There he is. I am going to predict that. Anyway, so Ezra Mam is still out there. So Pakes is off. So Hunt will be the dummy half for this second half.
Yep, not with what Ezra Mam's just done there. No surprise there.
Absolutely. Still waiting for the kick at conversion here or kick a goal. Feels like it's gone a little bit long.
And you mentioned Brisbane as the comeback kings. That's how they won the premiership last year. In all the semi-finals, they were down by 18 against Canberra in that semi, down by 14 against Penrith in the prelim, and down 22-12 in the grand final against Melbourne. Won all those coming from behind.
Yep.
As Reynolds lands the goal, and it's 26-all. 52 points scored in the game. And we still got half an hour to go.
Absolutely nobody picked that. Nobody has picked this. Alrighty, well, to the 30-odd people that is still in the chat, thank you very much for showing the support to Jag from Mad Dragon Vodcast and Wobblin Jaw Sports. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned, man. This is going to be a wild half hour as Corey Jensen crashes it back into the pack and is going to be tackled about 15 metres out from his own try line. Hunt at dummy half passes right infield to Willison and makes nice post-contact meters there. So he's going to play the ball just short of 30. Hunt flat right there to Oblix Toa. And waiting at dummy half again is Ben Hunt. So this is the third tackle, short of the 40. Carrigan gets the Broncos up over the 40, and he's going to be stopped about 5 meters short of halfway. Fourth tackle, Hunt, flat left there. But Toha again, or I've gotten the name mixed up. But
right.
In any event, Adam Reynolds puts the ball up sky high. Fox is being asked the question. It's knocked on there by Reece Walsh, so it is a Parramatta set.
Yep, and Parramatta work their way out of this end. It's with Sean Russell, just shy of that 20-metre line. He'll play it back to Pezzett. It's to Addo Carr, and Addo Carr met there by 4 Broncos defenders. Addo Carr plays it back to Pezzett. Pezzett finds Simonson. Simonson met there by Toha, Carrigan, and Jensen. Second tackle for the Parramatta Eels. Riley Smith finds Sam Rani, and Sam Rani, good collision there. Led there by Willison. Smith, Walker straightens up the attack. He's been really good since coming on, has made a real impact in this Parramatta side, straighten up that attack. And here is Riley Smith running from dummy half, runs to Ben Hunt and Xavier Willison. What's going on here?
Well, Pat Carrigan stayed down, holding or clutching the back of his neck. And maybe it was something to do with Dylan Walker. Okay, so Dylan Walker, copped the boots. And Toa didn't, so it's Toa versus Walker.
Did Dylan Walker do something to Pat Carrigan? I
didn't see it on replay, eh?
Well, Toha's in a bit of strife, it looks like, from referee Wyatt Raymond. Will it be a penalty to Parramatta?
It is. It is. Goodness me.
Moses will kick it. Parramatta can be the first team to hit 30 in this game. Addo Carr finds the ball to Moses. Moses taps it, finds Riley Smith. Now Tuivasa. Tuivasa takes it over the 30, taken by 3 Broncos defenders. We've already got 2 tries in this second half. We're going to have our third. It's Jonah Pezzett that's dropped it. Looks like I put the commentator's curse on Parramatta.
Oh, my goodness. All right, Karapani now is able to take it back to the 30-metre line. Jesus, what an opportunity blown there by Pezzett. This is Mariner now. A nice 10-plus metre carry there. Good post-contact meters included. Ben Hunt at dummy half. They're 5 short of halfway. They go right. This is Reynolds. He dummies. Why not? He's been doing really well with his dummies so far in this game. And he plays the ball just inside Parramatta Eels territory. This is Corey Jensen, who's been a workhorse all night for Brisbane. And They go to the left. Pat Carrigan has shaken off those boots to the back of the melon, and it carries a few Parramatta Eels defenders with him. So they're about 25 metres away here, but this is the last. Hunt elects to go right, away from Walsh, puts in the kick. I thought Staggs was a little bit offside. He's able to be the first man there to bat it back, and it is a penalty. He was. It was Tony Staggs who was offside, unfortunately for the Broncos.
Yep, Tony Staggs offside was the last tackle anyway. As Trent Barrett shakes his head there, the Broncos assistant coach. And Parramatta will get a piggyback upfield to start their set. Yep, you can see Staggs in front of the kick from Adam Reynolds. If he didn't get involved in the play, it would have been okay, but he did. And he's got to pay the price as Sean Russell makes the tap. And they drive him back, led by Tony Staggs with the help of Dean Mariner. And Russell will play it back to Smith. Smith finds Katonga. And Katonga puts Corey Jensen on his back. He offloads it to Matt Dury. And Dury taken down there by Willison. Riley Smith, dummy half, finds Moses. Moses to Paulo, who's back on there for the Eels, the veteran, the former Eels captain, and he'll play it back to Smith. Smith finds Williams, and Williams just takes it up Main Street. Straight at Pat Carrigan. Quick play the ball. Riley Smith runs from dummy half, finds Dury again, his second run in the set. Taken down there by Jensen and Carrigan. Just shy of the 20. Last tackle, Parramatta. Riley Smith finds Jonah Pezzett. Finds Mitchell Moses. Now to Ayongi. Ayongi, it's come off Ezra Mam, I think. But Ezra Mam tries to grab it. Parramatta appealing for 6 more. And it is knocked on by Brisbane. It will be 6 more coming away for the Parramatta Eels.
Both these teams do have their challenges available.
Don't think you'll win that one. Has come off the hand of Ezra Mam. Parramatta, can they hang on to the ball and reclaim the lead? 27 minutes remaining. Parramatta can go back in front if they score here. The scrum will be fed just over the 20. And it will be Mitchell Moses, the one to feed it. And now we've got a penalty to Parramatta. Scrum penalty, and Moses will take the 2.
I know you're not allowed to. I know you're not allowed to use the R word these days. You grew up on it, Jag, growing up in the early 2000s, but that was stupid by the Broncos, man, to not pack the scrum.
Yep, just being dirty. Did Pat Carrigan get? Oh no, he just got interchanged. So Payne Haas comes back on. But yeah, Parramatta will take the lead again.
I'm going to give it to him here. I'm going to add the 2 before he's kicked it. If he misses, I really apologise. Straight in front. 15 out.
Moses adds the 2, and Parramatta are back in front at Suncorp. 28-26. 25 to go.
Mate, living in Brisbane, if Eels get up and win this game, it's going to be a very eerie atmosphere tomorrow in Brisbane, man. I might have to make a cheeky trip out to the city and just get a feel for the vibes, mate, because everyone will have their tails between their legs, 100%.
Well, who'll be under more pressure, Michael Maguire or the team of the Brisbane Broncos? Who do you think?
Oh, well, look, if it's the NRL 360 panel, it's going to be Michael Maguire under most pressure, isn't it, eh? Even though he's brought the club a friggin' championship.
As the Broncos kick off, Jonah Pezzett takes it back on the full, and Junior Paulo, what a run, the veteran, runs straight into the Broncos pack. He's still got it, the big man. And he'll play it back to Riley Smith. Finds Katonga, and Katonga, another strong carry from him. Met there by Tolha. And Katonga will play it back to Riley Smith. Finds Dury. And Dury runs straight at Xavier Willison and Corey Jensen. Payne Haas comes in over the top. Breaking news for Parramatta. So Brisbane, I should say. Ben Tolting will pass his HIA. So he will return if required. So that is a nice offload there. And that's now with Jack Williams. I think it was Dury that made the offload. Ben Hunt shrugs off Ben Hunt. Riley Smith finds Dury. Quick pass now with Paulo offload. Smith now to Moses. Moses will kick towards the corner, but it's been charged down by Willison, and Ben Hunt comes up with a ball. Just couldn't get the kick away enough from Mitchell Moses. And the Broncos hang on.
A massive rush of blood there by Mitch Moses, but they were offloading at will. There was an amazing pickup by Isaiah Yongi back there, man, and the Eels, the Brisbane Broncos are not coming up off of their line, bro. They're allowing Parramatta Eels to run at will, but nonetheless, the Broncos have got it here, and this is fourth tackle already, and they're going to play the ball on the Eels 40. Hunt goes left, finds Walsh. He dummies and just runs straight and hard. That's a really destructive carry, and good defense there from Tuolangi. Reynolds back left in field for Haas. Offloads back to Hunt. They're 20 meters out here, running to the left-hand side. Hunt puts in the kick. Chasing! Was Karapani, but it had too much Milo on it.
I've got a question for you, Sam. It's been
what the hell do you want?
All week.
What the hell do you want?
History in the making tomorrow night. Do you think Alex Johnson will get the double against these old mates, the Roosters?
Well, considering that Billy Smith now has also been a late scratching for Roosters, I do. I think he will break it, not just equalise it. I do think AJ will break it tomorrow night, mate.
And what a moment it will be against the Roosters. Are you all for the fans storming the field, or you don't think that's in the spirit of the game?
It's hard. It's hard, but at the moment, Riley Smith, I'll get back to you, mate. Riley Smith is killing it with these scoots.
Yep, Moses with dummy half. Jabellan's back on there in jersey 13. Gets over the 40. Met there by 3 Broncos defenders, including his former teammate Ben Hunt. Smith, Paulo. Paulo finds Pezzett. That's a dangerous tackle from Katoni Staggs. Katoni Staggs says, why? Doesn't look like there will be a penalty, but Parramatta players didn't like it. And it was a penalty to Parramatta.
Yes.
Dangerous tackle, Katoni Staggs. Yeah,
yep.
It is above the horizontal. Pezzett very unlucky not to fall on his head. That could grab the attention of judiciary.
The Eels also created about a 6-man. I feel like it was a 4-on-2 overlap that was created there by the Eels when they shifted it out to the left-hand side, mate. They're all over the Broncos at the moment.
Yep, they've got the momentum. Momentum is a big thing in rugby league, and it is very hard to stop when one team's got it. DeBellin will play it back to Smith. Smith to Pezzett. Pezzett finds Tuolangi. Katoni Staggs placed on report, so I expect he'll come under the scrutiny of the match review in a few days' time. Riley Smith to Pezzett. DeBellin, Moses, and it's been played out by Reynolds. And there's 6 more coming the way of the Parramatta Eels. What was Adam Reynolds thinking there, Sam? He didn't need to play for that one.
No, he didn't, but it nearly fell into his lap. And Danny from Papua New Guinea says his boy AJ will go down in history tomorrow night. And Joshua says that AJ will get it done tomorrow night as well. I think we're all in agreement, mate. And honestly, I always wish that, when Buddy Franklin kicked that goal and had the whole crowd storm on, I always thought it'd be a really cool moment for rugby league to have that happen. So I wouldn't be opposed to fans running on.
Anyway, Parramatta with the ball. Moses finds Dury, and Dury runs straight at the 2 Bens, Ben Hunt and Ben Tolte, and he'll play it back to Smith. Smith to Paulo, and Paulo just runs it straight up, runs it straight towards Willison and Haas. 6 again for the Eels. Here's Smith to Tuolangi. Can he get a hat-trick? He's inching closer towards the line. And Tuolangi will play it back to Riley Smith. And Smith to Moses. Moses to Paulo. They've gone backwards a little bit. But Ricky takes him down. Plays it back to Smith. Smith, Pezzett, the cutout ball to Moses. Oh, it's been dropped there by, I think it was Iongi. Katoni Staggs is away, Sam.
Oh, it's Staggs. He's been able to get to about 35 meters away from the try line. They're going to shift it all the way out here to the left-hand side. Hunt's got the ball in hand, left to man. He had Willison on his outside, but he steps back in field, and now they're 20 meters away. This is the first tackle here, 20 meters away. Hunt goes left. Walsh, first tackle, kicks for himself. Oh, that is the superstar quality of Reece Walsh on display. recognising the fullback was not out the back, kicks for himself, and they're back in front, Brisbane.
Yep, we could see 3 or 4 more tries the way this game is going. But yeah, that was a electrifying backline move by the Brisbane Broncos. The brilliance of Ezra Mam. It comes off the back of that drop ball from Iongi and that huge run from Katoni Staggs. And then that really set up that Brisbane Broncos set. And the Parramatta Eels were backpedaling. They were still getting their line back in set when Walsh put that kick through and did it all himself. Individual brilliance. And that's the Reece Walsh we know.
He was electric inside the first 15, 20 minutes, and he hasn't been seen again right up until just then, man. It couldn't have come too soon, and it just goes into the way of this is a team that are never dead and buried, man. But the Parramatta Eels, bro, they still look the better team. But it's just a couple of errors when they're deep on the attack. Have let them down, unfortunately. But if they can hold on to the ball and, maybe even get a goal line dropout again and keep pressure building, Parramatta Eels are still definitely not out of this game just yet.
100%. But yeah, that was Iongi catches that. Parramatta couldn't be well. It's setting up for yet another try. But yeah, individual brilliance there from Reece Walsh, that chip over the top. And Brisbane reclaimed the lead. How many times have we seen the lead change tonight? Reynolds adds the goal, and it's Brisbane up by 4.
Holy smokes! Alrighty, I usually like creating little highlight videos on Instagram, man, but this one might be about 15 minutes long, bro. Holy smokes! But yes, but to the 40-odd people, I saw that we just got to about 55 people just then, Jag. But to everybody that's in the chat, thank you so much for the continuing support. Please subscribe to Wobblin Jaw Sports and/or Mad Dragons podcast. Thank you. Alrighty, so we got 18 minutes remaining, just a bit under 18 minutes remaining, and the Brisbane Broncos are going to receive the pill. From the kickoff, Karapani takes it on the full, gives it back to Jensen. And Jensen, it collides with Jack DeBellin. Heavy contact between Jensen and DeBellin. And Jensen plays the ball. Hunt passes right to Willison. And Willison makes about 5 meters or so. Decent defense there from Parramatta. Hunt waits a dummy half. And he goes right. This is Ben Tolte back out on the paddock after successfully passing his HIA. Plays the ball on the 20. Hunt goes left. This is Payne Haas, and he'll make 10 meters, but that's still good defense by the Eels on Haas on that occasion. And Hunt on the 4th tackle is able to offload back to Jensen, and Jensen's stopped just short of the 40. So last tackle, not a great set, it must be said, after points, but Reynolds will kick from just inside his own 40, and it's taken there by the Fox.
Yep, Adokar runs it back for the Eels. Met there over the top by Ricky and Staggs. First tackle, Parramatta. Pezzett finds Russell. Met there by Ricky and Tolte. Parramatta trying to work it out of their own end. Pezzett dummy half. Here's Simonson, just shy of the 40. Third tackle, Parramatta. Moses. That is Samrani now with the ball for Parramatta. Haven't seen their 4th player enter the game yet. Now there is Talon De Silva. Is on now for Parramatta. Riley Smith gets a spell, so Talon De Silva on in jersey 17. Last tackle, Parramatta. Katonga plays it back to De Silva towards Pezzett. Pezzett spirals it into the air. And Reece Walsh has made a meal of it. And it is knocked on by Reece Walsh as he clutches a knee. And Parramatta will have the golden chance to reclaim the lead as Reece Walsh again clutches that knee, Sam.
Yeah, Mitch Moses was in his face, and Walsh, it's just about the way that he landed back on the ground, wasn't it? Walsh jumping and trying to get that ball. But, yeah, whether it's his shoulder or his knee, Walsh, he's in the wars a little bit tonight, mate. That's his second error of the game. But he scored 2 tries. It's the yin and yang of Reece Walsh.
Having a good battle, him and Isaiah Iongi. As Pezzett feeds it to Silva. Now Moses to Iongi. Iongi to Samrani. Samrani straight at Shibasaki, who misses him. Mam and Karapani bring him down. Russell will play it back to Iongi, just shy of the 10. Moses. Here's Dury. Takes it towards 10 of the meters of the line now. De Silva. Moses. Pezzett. Pezzett the show and go. But he's met over the top by Hunt and Haas. Third tackle for the Eels. Pezzett plays it back to De Silva. De Silva to Paulo. Paulo to Dury. Throws a wild pass that's intercepted by Ezra Mam, who drops it himself as a double knock on. But what has referee White Raymond called here?
I think it's going to be a knock on Broncos, mate. Oh, yeah.
Come off Willison?
Yeah, I reckon it has touched Willison, but it is ultimately knocked on here by Mam. Jesus, Parramatta, man, it's right there for the taking, but that's got to be the fourth time now inside the past 10 minutes that they've thrown a speculator that's either resulted in an intercept or a knock-on by Brisbane.
They just got to settle down and play out the set.
Oh!
Like this. Oh, it's been knocked on by Karapani. I think it should be 6 to go. As who's that with for Parramatta? It is with Bailey Simonson. It's a penalty to Parramatta against Gemat Shibasaki. So
that was a good play. It was good scrum-based play by Parramatta, wasn't it, Jag?
100%. They had them there. If it wasn't for that penalty, they may have scored out wide there. As Ben Hunt's barking orders. One of two 35-year-olds out there for the Broncos, the other being Adam Reynolds. Moses feeds it. De Silva back of the scrum. Shows and goes towards Moses, but he has to take the run himself. On the 10, just shy of the 10-metre line. De Silva. Here's De Bellin. Looking at his first try in Parramatta colours. Hard to see him in these colours very much. De Silva. Pezzett. Show and go. He kicks it for Addo-Carr. Russell for the corner. Addo-Carr celebrating. Addo-Carr's claiming it. Sean Russell has got a try, and it is 32 all.
Has Pezzett got coconuts for balls, bro, to kick on the second tackle like that with all that traffic in front of him?
How did Russell get it down? That's great vision from Jonah Pezzett. Russell had no room to move, and he just jumps. Acrobatic. And Sean Russell levels the game. But great vision from Jonah Pezzett. We saw him in the first half create that try off a kick for Iongi, and now he's done it again. And Sean Russell reaps the rewards, and we're inside the last 11 minutes, and Moses from the sideline has the chance to give Parramatta the lead once again.
Have we seen
Remarkable
it confirmed?
game.
Have we seen this try confirmed? I haven't seen it. I think it will be, but we just haven't seen it confirmed yet. I don't think so anyway.
No, they're still waiting the confirmation. Moses is ready to take the shot, but the referee has stopped him. Moses still lining up the kick anyway. Going through the motions. We know on his day, Mitchell Moses is one of the best kickers in the game. So,
does it
is
bounce?
there a knock-on from Addo-Carr? No, that's come off Mariner.
It's too hard to tell, man. Just award it. Honestly, that's too hard to tell. Confirmed.
Yep, try confirmed. Yep, fair call. So Moses, he's kicked goals from out wide before. A couple of years ago, playing for New South Wales in an Origin decider. He can do it to give Parramatta the lead, and he's done exactly that, Mitchell Moses. And Parramatta up 34-32. 66 points in this game now, Sam. We could be cracking the total set by the Dolphins in South Sydney last Sunday.
Crikey is exactly right. That's the least. We've got about 46, 50-odd people in the chat. What an incredible game of footy this has been. There's been some errors, sure, and the defense isn't proper, but What an incredible game. Now we've got 58 people in the chat now. Thank you so much, everybody. Please like and subscribe to Wobblin Jaw Sports and Mad Dragon Vodcast. This is game of the year already so far, man. This is game of the year so far.
As Pezzett gives it to Paulo from the kickoff and gets pushed back by Carrigan. And Paulo will play it back. De Silva finds Katonga, and the Broncos bring him back with the help of Payne Haas, Carrigan, and Hunt. Moses claiming for a penalty. In fact, it's De Silva. They don't get it. Anyway, it's with Iongi finds DeBellin. DeBellin taken down by 3 Broncos defenders. 4th tackle. They've gone nowhere in this set, Parramatta. De Silva. Here is Dury. Last tackle coming up as we enter the last 10 minutes of this game. Still in their own half as Moses will kick it on the last, getting him out of trouble. But Walsh will take it on the full. This is a huge set coming up for the Broncos, Sam.
And he doesn't want the hit up this time. He fangs it out to Dean Mariner, but that's good defense by Jonah Pezzett. Just want to give a compliment to Sean Russell and Josh Adokar. I think their combination for the past 18 months or so has been really underrated. I think they're a fantastic combination. Now, Karapani plays the ball 5 short of the 30-metre line. Shibasaki gets the Broncos over the 30-metre line. We're inside the final 10 minutes here as Hunt, a dummy half, finds Karapani, and he's able to get over the 40. They're running right to left here of screen are the Brisbane Broncos. Hunt goes right to Payne Haas, and that's good defense there by De Silva and Polo. Last tackle, they go right. Adam Reynolds puts the bomb up. Jordan Ricky is the main man chasing. Iongi underneath it. Was there an escort? Is it all play on? It sure is. Well done, Iongi.
Yep. And Jordan Ricky takes his down. 9.5 to go, and the Eels lead by 2. Sean Russell is with the ball now for Parramatta. He'll play it back to Pezzett. Pezzett's still doing a lot of dummy half work lately. Adokar had to jump for it, but he does get it. Payne Haas tackles him. Adokar will play it back to De Silva. Slow to get to his feet there is the Fox. Could be an ankle injury, it looks like, or cramp. As Simonson will play it back to De Silva. De Silva finds Walker, who's back on now. So they've increased their middle third there with Walker and DeBellin on there now with Paulo. So very experienced there in the middle. De Silva on the last finds Moses. Moses kicks it straight down towards Dean Mariner. Sorry, it is Karapani, my mistake. And DeBellin comes in with the great tackle.
8.5 minutes remaining. 34 to 32. Walsh, a dummy half, goes left, finds Shibasaki, and Shibasaki's over the 30-metre line here. This is the second tackle, and they're working their way back infield. Oh, Dylan Walker and Polo combining. Holy smokes.
Corey Jensen.
Corey Jensen. Just some more freaking pain for Corey Jensen, man. He's worked his ass off. Speaking of pain, Haas plays the ball. Hunt goes left to Carrigan now, and this is the last tackle. They're short of halfway. Fantastic defense from Parramatta. And Hunt goes left, finds Reece Walsh, and Walsh is the man to put the ball up sky high. It's going to be taken comfortably by Iongi. Oh, just though. Oh.
As Shibasaki comes in over the top with the help of Willison. Less than 8 minutes to go in Brisbane. It is 34-32 to Parramatta. And the ball is now with Bailey Simonson. And he will play it back to Iongi. Iongi finds Sam Rani, and Sam Rani hasn't said the ball lately, as Willison comes over the top. De Silva with Williams runs at his opposite number in Corey Jensen. Payne Haas helps him bring him down. Williams will play it back. Quick play the ball. It's De Silva running from dummy half, gets to the halfway line. And this will be the last tackle for Parramatta. De Silva plays it back to Walker. Walker gets it away to Moses. Moses spirals it towards Reece Walsh. And Reece Walsh does take it on the full as we enter the final 7 minutes.
Oh, Reece Walsh beat the first attempt at tackle, but Simonson was there to clean things up. Ezra Mam goes right to Karapani, and he's able to get to the 20-metre line, or 30-metre line, I should say, and get the Broncos in more of a central position. Well, now they are. Now Reynolds back left infield for Haas, and that is strong contact by Jack Williams and De Silva on Payne Haas, putting Haas on his back. Carrigan now crashing his way towards halfway. This is the fourth tackle. 6.5 minutes remain. Hunt, right, Jensen, Reynolds, right to Ricky. Ricky standing. basketballing it over to Stags, who beats Fox. Passes right to Mariner. They're 35 meters away, and Mariner just puts the foot down and breaks two. But Sean Russell making the try-saving tackle. Last, however, Mam puts in the kick for himself. Was he escorted off? Iongi's there. Can he get back into the field of play? He does. Oh, what
he
a
does very
play.
well, as Iongi. Willison tries to push him back into the in goal, but can't do it. As Ezra Mam is in a world of pain, it looks like. Moses. Is that Adam Reynolds down? Oh, I hope not. Poor bloke. As play stops, there's players dropping like flies now, Sam.
100%, man. Ezra Mam, Adam Reynolds.
Jordan Samrani's dropped down.
Yep.
What's happened? Oh, it's a late hit from Tuolangi.
Oh, no, I don't think that's late, Jag. No, I don't think he could pull out of that at all, mate. So it's Kautonga. That wouldn't want to be called a penalty, Jag. No, that's not late. That can't be, man. That's not late. You're a halfback and you got to cop it. I'm sure he's winded. It's Kautonga running at you. Please don't let it be, Jag. This would be the drizzling shits if this is given a penalty. It's going to be play on. Thank goodness for that. Oh.
But Adam Reynolds' final season, you'd hate to see his career end like that, wouldn't you? If it was a serious injury. But it looks like he may be carried from the field.
Hopefully it's just rib cartilage. Well,
they do
5
have
minutes,
the luxury
48.
of bringing Corey Pakes back on. And Ben Hunt can steer the ship. That's the luxury of having someone like Ben Hunt on the bench.
Hopefully it's just rib cartilage.
So Corey Pakes back on. You expect Ben Hunt to go to halfback now. Can Ben Hunt guide the Broncos to victory? Anyway, Dury will play it. It's with Simonson. 5 3/4 minutes left in this match. Is there more to unfold in this one? Williams runs it straight at Pakes. Jensen helps him make the tackle. Williams will play it back to De Silva. Now is Walker. Walker runs it straight at Carrigan. Pakes comes in to help him out. So a big job for the shoes of Ben Hunt now. Last tackle, Mitchell Moses kicks it from inside the 20, and it is straight down the throat of Reece Walsh, closing in on the final 5 minutes.
And Walsh is able to get to back about 5 meters short of halfway. That's a great carry back return from Reece Walsh. And this here is Karapani, again, who I think has had a very nice evening tonight. Now, Pakes at dummy half, ordering the troops around, and he finds Payne Haas. Why don't you? And Hakeem Haas, is stopped just short of the Parramatta 40. So they're inside Parramatta territory. They're not going to go for the 2-point field goal here, you would imagine, as Hunt stops the dummies and weaves and is knocked
that one-on-one?
Possibly one-on-one as well, Jag. But he's lost possession, Ben Hunt.
Yep. Both teams have just used up all the interchanges. So the players we do see out there right now, they'll finish the match. There is still chance of a golden point, though. If Brisbane can find the way to get 2 points in this final 4 minutes, depending on what Parramatta does here, as Adokar has it just over that 40. De Silva, here is Simonson. Simonson gets past Carrigan. He's still going, Bailey Simonson. And Shibasaki eventually brings him down. Quick play the ball from Simonson. De Silva runs from dummy half. And he runs straight at Carrigan, plays the ball quickly again. They've got the ball rolling here, Parramatta. Moses with Walker. They're inching towards that 10-metre line now. This is a great way to win the set. Mitchell Moses to Jonah Pezza with the grubber in hide. It's been knocked back by Katoni Staggs. But Brisbane hang on for dear life, Sam.
And Mariner broke the tackles and just lost his balance, but he plays the ball 15 away from their own try line are the Broncos. This is Shibasaki. Now they're about 25 metres away from their own try line, but this is third tackle running right to left. First receiver here is Karapani, and this is fourth tackle. They're 30 metres away from their own try line now, 20 short of halfway. All right, now Ezra Mam just taking the hit up on the fourth tackle. Geez, Struth. Okay, they've got to do a bit more than that, don't they? Pakes goes right on the last for Carrigan, right to Hunt. There's Walsh. Walsh right to Staggs. Staggs knocks it on. Oh, the Fox Jag.
The Flying Fox gets past Ben Hunt. Ricky comes in over the top. Big defensive set coming up for Brisbane. It's 0 tackle for the Eels as Adokar plays it back at the Katonga. Here is Iongi, just shy of that 30-metre line. Parramatta score here. You would say it would be curtains for Brisbane. Here's Paulo, and Paulo gets it to win within 15 of the line, I think it is.
I think Broncos are only going to have one more set.
Paulo will play it back to De Silva. De Silva to Moses. Moses finds Tuilagi. Hasn't he had a game tonight, Kelma Tuilagi? Just over that 20 now. De Silva, Walker straight up Main Street, taken down by Carrigan and Haas. Fourth tackle, Parramatta. Walker will play it back.
Six again.
This is huge now. De Silva, Moses to Tuilagi. Tuilagi just takes the carry. Tackled there by Willison and Pakes. Parramatta slow to play it. They're just winding down the clock. De Silva to Palom. Parramatta's just slowing that play, slowing right down there, winding down that clock. Polo is slow to play it. Here's De Silva. Now Walker. So close. Have they got a try on him here, Parramatta? Walker plays it back to Silva. De Silva tries to go from dummy half, but he's pushed back by Walsh and Pakes. Fourth tackle, Parramatta. Brisbane need to hang on if they're going to have a chance to win it. Pezzett goes kicking early, and it's there for Parramatta for the taking. Jonah Pezzett scores, and Parramatta will win. What a game he's had, Jonah Pezzett. And Parramatta will grab the 2 points, and the Premiers, Brisbane, will be none from 2, Sam.
If this is awarded, if it's not, this is the game of the year, and it is going to be incredibly hard to match this game. This has been a war. This has been amazing. Now, does Pezzett knocked the ball on in that instance in the battle to try and get it back between he and Carrigan. I think, no, it's not Carrigan. So Pezzett kicks for himself. Jordan Ricky's there. Pezzett does have an air swing, and Pezzett is going to be the first man there. He sure is.
Yes, that's a try.
The Parramatta Eels, because it's right in front of the posts, can say that they're going to put 40 points on the Brisbane Broncos. Leak 32 for themselves, but they've just scored 40 against the Premiers. And it's Jonah Pezzett, who will be a Bronco next season, who puts the dagger in the hearts of the Broncos. What an incredible game of footy. Legitimately.
I can't believe this team conceded 50 points last week.
It was a hard start to the season for Parramatta. It shaped up as it. They're taking on both grand finalists inside the first 2 weeks. They went down dreadfully against the Melbourne Storm. They started dreadfully tonight in this game, didn't they, Jag? The Eels were really, really bad in the first 15, 20 minutes of the game. And as soon as they got possession, the Broncos, the question goes back onto them. Have they had too big of a preseason now? Are they still hungover from the premiership victory? Legitimately.
The trip to England always takes a lot out of you.
Yep.
Moses in no hurry to land it. And that'll be full time. And the Parramatta Eels have won 40-32. And that has broken the scoreline from last Sunday. Whopping 72 points scored, Sam.
Goodness friggin' me. Jag, thank you so much for your time tonight, man.
What a game.
That's going to be hard to that's going to be really hard to beat. That game. That's going to be so hard to beat.
Parramatta needed to have a response, though. Normally, when teams concede 50, they make a response the week after. History shows it. And Parramatta have garnered that response tonight. It didn't look good early, but they just clawed their way back, and no one wanted to tackle. But
Well, look,
Jonah Pezzett, take a bow.
absolutely. Pezzett did end up having a good game in the end. The defense between Kartonga and Pezzett did improve as the game went on. We just saw a shot, though. Dylan Walker, his injection in that first half is what changed the game, in my opinion. Dylan Walker, he may not have the stats as somebody else in the team or even a Bronco player like Payne Haas, but I thought that Dylan Walker, he was the man of the match in this game. Mitch Moses worked his ass off as well. I thought Junior Polo, he missed 3 tackles and made only 2 hit-ups for 26 metres in that first half. And I thought Junior Polo in that second half really exploded out of the shed. So I thought Junior Polo really did well to get his team back into the game. I thought Talon De Silva had some very crafty scoots out of dummy half. But Dylan Walker, for me, man, he may not have the stats, but he brought the energy. And I think Dylan Walker is the man of the match, and he's the reason why arguably the reason why the Parramatta Eels have won tonight, Jag.
Yeah, he set the tone for the middle. He reminds me of an Isaiah Yeo. Like, he sets up the attack and he keeps it straight and forward. He's like that ball playing 13. The best ball playing 13s really weak lower their halves, and we did see that from Dylan Walker tonight. And he's been very handy since arriving at the Parramatta Eels midway through last year. And as you see Mitchell Moses on screen, he was huge as well, as you mentioned. If he stays in this form, there's a sky blue jersey waiting for him once again.
Absolutely. Gearins Fields asks who picked that. Only a diehard Parramatta. Only a Parramatta diehard supporter, man.
Where do you think that leaves Brisbane? Where does that leave the Broncos? They got a grand final rematch next week.
So who do the Melbourne Storm have? They got your boys this weekend. What do you say about Broncos for next week? Oh man, there's so much to digest out of that, mate. But well done, Paris, says Paul Giddy or Guidey. Holy smokes! Alrighty, Jag. Well, mate, I'm going to call it time. Catch me breath and get some dinner. But mate, always a pleasure. It's always a bizarre night when you and I call, bro. It's always an epic game, man. So thank you so much for your time, mate. So you're going down to the game. Are you calling any other games this weekend?
No, I've got a bit going on this weekend. So no games on the cards this week. But I'll definitely be down at Wollongong at Wynn Stadium on Saturday afternoon, hoping the Dragons can stick it up to the Melbourne Storm, and and then they'll be playing tonight's winners as well the following week, Parramatta next weekend. So, well, yes, okay. So that is Parramatta's next assignment is against the Dragons next Sunday at CommBank. But just want to say, Chris says Brisbane would be disappointed on that performance. Who agrees with that? Everybody, mate. Absolutely everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've got DJ Para defense is still garbage. Absolutely. Saying that they were perfect tonight. That's absolutely right. So Kathy, what is the score? It was a 40 points to 32 victory to the Parramatta Eels. Good call, gents. Thank you very much. Good call, Mum. Mum says thank you. Paul Guidey says, thanks, guys. No, thank you, mate. Tuning in from Papua New Guinea, or from Philippines, and then we've had gentlemen from Papua New Guinea tuning in as well. And then Danny, he's just reiterating that, didn't I say, I said slippery eels might slip through, and they certainly did for their first win of 2026 against the Premiers at Suncorp Stadium. That's now 2 wins in a row at Suncorp over the Brisbane Broncos for the Parramatta Eels as well. And again, nobody tipped them. And they were outsiders by about $4.10 to kick off. So, Jag, thank you so much for your time this evening. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. We maxed at about 60 people, which is absolutely amazing. And we'll see you guys in the next stream. We'll definitely do this again soon, Jag. So, but congratulations to Parramatta for the victory up there at Suncorp. Thanks, Jag.